But it's pretty cool how you got these yellow lights. But so she called me, Duncan's get in the office, and she was kind of smiling and like kind of laughing, giggling. But she's not like that. She's really strict. She said, I got something to tell you. It's kind of strange, but it's not good what you did. I'm like, what? She said, I got a complaint that you've been racist against black people. And I'm like, what? She said, yeah, and she told me the dude said that and stuff. And I was like, oh, man. I was like, that shit tripped me out, man. I couldn't believe it. And, she said, don't be saying comments like that, and that's not appropriate, and blah, 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 blah. And I said, yeah, but black people talk like that. Well, you can't do that in the military. You know, you just can't do that, you know. And she was just laughing, and, you know, I was like, all right. And I walked out. I was pissed. Not at her, but at them. And then the second thing that happened was when we studied for the test, you have a test you got to study for in basic training. And I would tell them, guys, I'm like, even though they didn't like me or nothing, still, I was like, you know, when you go in the military, it's not an individual thing, it's a group thing, but a lot of people always keeping it individual. So I told everyone, I said, you know, I know how to study, you know, let's all study together, you know. All of us get 90s, you know, we'd be like probably the first squad that can do that. Maybe, you never know, you might get a ribbon for it, or you might get our names in the paper, or some history or something, whatever. You know, of course, I'm naive and stuff at that time. And no one, they're like, no, Duncan, we don't need your help, and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, all right, whatever. And I went to some of the brothers and stuff, and that was there too. One dude I met named Smiley. Man, I wish you can remember if you were on this. I think I was in the military in 1983 or 84. I went in there, and this one brother named Smiley. He's like my best friend. He was real cool. And then there was this other white guy. We called him Dead Man, and that was because he looked like those almost like an alien, but he was real white. Pale white, no color, and his eyes were like a total circle. Looked like he was dead. I ain't lying. And his name fit him perfectly and stuff. And then there was this other white guy on the side, and he was like one of the white guys, you know, like a Tom Cruise guy. But he was real cool, but you know, he was like a player though, man. And it was a trip, man, flying here and everything. And so it was like on my side, everyone was pretty. It was like all the how do you call them people that you don't want to be with, the losers and stuff on my side, and all the cool people on the other side and stuff. But we had one squad leader that was on our side, and he was always talking shit to me and stuff, some white dude, you know, but I just ignored him and stuff. But anyway, I told him, yeah, let's do the test. And no. So the test came, and we took it. And then we corrected it. When we corrected it, I remember my answer, and I said, oh shit, I think I got a 91 or a 90. I think I got a 91 on my test. And they were like, nah, you lying, ain't no way. I'm like, no, I really think so. So when the squad leader came in, we was all in attention and stuff, and she didn't really like me. I won't say she didn't like me because of anything personal, but maybe because of the things I did and stuff. I guess she just, I don't know. I mean, because if you look at me, I don't look smart, but I am smart. But I didn't finish college, though, which was dumb. Which doesn't make me smart, but I'm in Japan, and I'm making money. So that's what you go to college for, to make money, right? So I don't know how you want to figure that out. But she said, she's had us at attention, and she said, you know, one person in the squad got a 91, and she was, and you know, everybody was like, oh yeah, and they turned to this one guy that was real, I guess they're supposed to be cool white guy or something, I forgot. I think it was the squad leader that was in running the same road where I was sleeping. That was him, because he would study a lot, and everybody turned to him, the white guys, everybody running over there, you know, kissing all on his ass and shit, man. Yeah. But I knew it was me, though, because she said, then after that, she said the person got a score of a 91. And I was like, yes, I didn't say anything, you know, and she didn't even look at me. And when she didn't look at me, I knew it was me. And then she said, Airman Basic something, Ralph Dunkins, or whatever they call you in dorms and stuff. And I started jumping up like, yeah. And I'm jumping up, you know, I'm the only one, you know, saying yeah, and everybody's all stupefied and all silent and stuff like, oh, hell nah, not him, it gotta be a mistake. And I was like so happy. And then she said, Dunkins, get back in attention, be quiet. And I was like, oh man, I can't believe that, man. She's spoiling my fun. Had it been somebody else, you know what I'm saying? They would have been, you know, let them celebrate and stuff. But, you know, I don't know. But I guess the real reason was the next sentence. She said, I can't believe it. Over half the people in this squad failed the test. And Ralph was the only one that got above a 90. And then the next score, 2 people got a 70. 1 person got a 60. And everybody else got below 50. What the hell's going on in here? Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I was like, oh shit. And then she turned to me and she said, Dunkins. And she named everybody that failed it. And the guy that everybody thought he got the best score, he got a 45. And so, you know, if you don't pass it the second time, you get washed back or something like that, you call it. And she was like, Dunkins, you got to help everybody that failed study so they can pass the test. And I was like, I don't want to help them. For what? She said, what did you say? I said, I don't want to help them. You know? And she said, don't you talk back to me. If I tell you to help them, and you got to help them. I said, but ma'am, during the whole time we were studying, I kept asking them, pleading with them every time, every day we were studying stuff. Please, let's study together because I know this is easy. I know what we can do. Because it was just memorization, right? And I know we can do to memorize this stuff. And they refused. And she said, she turned, look, she said, is this true? And they were like, yeah. And she said, well, she got angry, started yelling again. And she said, well, you got to help them. I was like, all right, I'll do the best I can. And, but they didn't want me to help them. So, just me, Smiley, Dead Man. It's like 5 of us got together and I just showed them what to do to memorize all this stuff. And everybody passed. I think maybe 1 person failed or something like that. But, oh man, it was so fucked up. It was real messed up. And we didn't even, and she didn't let us give our 3-day passes. Something like that happened. And I was like, why can't I get my 3-day pass? She said, well, we all want squadron. I'm like, you know, I didn't say that to her one time, but I was like, damn, fuck that shit. The motherfuckers stupid and stuff. It ain't my fault. You know, you guys treat me like shit. You know, I didn't say it like that. I said it in a nice way, but, you know, I put my feelings in that. I'm like, y'all treat me like shit, thinking I'm stupid and stuff, and then I pass the test. And because these stupid motherfuckers fucked up, and they all dumb and shit, thinking they smart and stuff, and they fail, and I can't get my 3-day pass. I said, that ain't right. And what it wasn't a 3-day pass, but it was a pass to go off base. And she was like, no, something like that happened. And I was so pissed though. Couldn't believe it, man. And motherfuckers ruined my fucking, what you call it. And then, but, you know, you gotta pass to go on base. Except for them guys, I think they had to stay in the dorms or something like that. I don't know. But then one day it was, then my last story, was that the second story? I got one more story. I can't think of what it was. Oh man, I can't think of what it was. Yeah, I think that was it. So 1, 2, yeah, that was it. But man, I got some serious stories about the military. Oh my God. I got some stuff, man, that happened to me, man. Some crazy shit. But, you know, that was then. But I want to write about it, though. I had a great military life. So, you guys, when I was in the Air Force, you know, the white kids, they were doing all the work for me. I guess they didn't want me to advance and stuff, you know. They were doing all my work for me. I skated. And they're like acting like I didn't know anything. But I read a lot. And it was really easy. Okay, here, I'll tell you. I'm sure I told you in my other videos some of these stories. But it's a trip. Oh man, how much longer I got? Up here is a rest area. It is cool. These rest areas and stuff, what's cool about them is, okay, let me stop and start it again.